Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. I have my coffee. It's over there. I can't quite reach it. I wanted to start off with this. I have this really neat little book. It's called The Little Book of Awakening. It's been with me many, many places. And I wanted to just read this to you for a moment. So, burying and planting. The culmination of one love, one dream, one self is the anonymous seed of the next. There is very little difference between being buried and being planted. There is very little difference between being buried and being planted. For often, we need to put dead things to rest so that new life can grow. And further, the thing put to rest, whether it be a loved one, a dream, or a false way of seeing things in life, that becomes the fertilizer for the life about to form. So as well as the used things, they join with the earth and kind of make like this little recipe. The broken dream fertilizes the dream we have yet to conceive. The painful way of being that strapped us to the world fertilizes the freer inner stance about to unfold. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to work through about a 40-minute class. And it's going to be focused on new life, new feelings of joy, new opportunities, new perspectives and outlooks. Instead of thinking, oh man, that sucks, that did never happen, we're going to let go of that and then be open to receive all of the yummy things that this world and the universe has in store for us. So find your little booty on the seat, and this is a nice practice. You can grab your yoga block, have it nearby if you want to use it. Feet are going to stay on the ground, sitting up nice and tall, closing your eyes. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So even if you just take a moment to think about what this book is saying, it's called The Little Book of Awakening, and it's saying like there's little difference between being buried and being planted. We need that dark earth, that dark time to grow, is basically what it is saying. So as we breathe deeply, just allow yourself to recognize what kind of space you're in this moment. It might be, bright and sunny and blooming and shining, and it might be a little bit darker, like you've just been planted. Good. 2 more breaths like this. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Good, so just keep your upper body exactly how it is and start to lift and lower your heels. So the idea when you're doing this is that you keep your feet, your toes spread widely on the floor, push into the balls of your feet, lift your heels. So if you've got like foot problems, arthritis, anything that causes like ouchies in your feet, this is really nice to just wake up the feet gently. Yes, good. So just lifting and lowering. Nice. We'll do 4 more like that. Okay, so now we're going to change it. So keep the heels down and lift and lower the toes. Lift and lower. And if doing 2 at a time is a little bit challenging and you're like, oh my God, Diana, I don't want to do that today, then just lift 1 at a time. This warms up the front of that lower leg, your shin area. Yeah, and you can do one at a time. I realize you can't see my feet right now. Let me back this chair up a little bit. There, is that better? Yeah, lift and lower. So you see, I'm not lifting a ton. Yeah, dorsiflexion or flexion of the ankle is not necessarily easy for many people, including myself. That's why we work on it. Good. And now we're going to combine those two. So we're going to lift the heels, push into the balls of the feet, lower the heels, lift the toes. Flatten, push into the balls of the feet, lift the heels, lower the heels, lift the toes. Good. And so you just keep rocking forward and back like this on your feet. Close your eyes. And while we're doing this, we're only here for a few more breaths, but while we're doing this, I want you to actually just visualize sand underneath your feet. And every time you push down into the balls of your feet, you can feel the sand coming up in between your toes. Oh, it's so warm and nice. Oh, yes. So just 4 more like this, and really pushing into that sand, into the balls of the feet and then into the heels. And you'll notice you don't sink as much when you're sitting, right? Yeah, good. 2 more. My counting's a little off this morning. Have you noticed? Good. Okay, stop. Nice. All right, so now we're going to move into a march, a seated march. So you're just going to take your fingers, place them in your hip creases, and just lift the right leg and then the left leg. So you're just doing this walking or marching position here. And so when you go later on to walk, I want you to notice when you're walking, if you're able to lift your knees up and down like this when you're walking, or if you kind of waddle side to side. Waddle. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just want you to start to notice it. Our hips can get quite stiff, which causes problems in our lower back, our knees, our feet, our ankles, everything. So all we're doing is just trying to learn this kind of walking motion where you're lifting up the knee, and that's a hip flexion. Yeah, that's what it's called if you're into the terms. Good. 2 more. That's 2 more on each side. I need to be clear. Good. Okay, and then you can put that down. Now, both of the feet are going to stay on the ground. Where's that other block? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, both of the feet are going to stay on the ground, and you're just going to let your knees go out and in. So I want you to actually be quite loose here. Yeah. So you'll just feel kind of like this flapping motion. Yes. And you might want to take your feet wider, and then you might want to try your feet narrower. Yeah. So it doesn't matter to me at all which way you choose to go, feet wider, feet narrow, but just notice the difference of the feeling. So like for me, it's harder when my feet are in narrower because I'm using my inner thighs more. And then when I'm out, it's a little bit easier. So yes, good job. That looks good. Sit up a little bit taller. Yeah, the top of your head wants to reach for the sky. It's not, when we get moving in the lower body, we're like, ugh. But like sit tall. You can feel your belly starting to like pull in towards the center. Yes, getting nice and warm. Okay, and then we're going to move into your very favorite little butt lifts. So stop flapping your legs. You can take your feet back to hip width, and we're just going to squeeze the butt and then unsqueeze, loosen, whatever. Squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go. And this might feel like wholly weird for you, but allow yourself to feel your feet pushing into the floor as you squeeze the butt and you lift and lower. Yeah. So keep going. And if you need to slow down a little bit, you can do that. And then you can speed it up and go boop, 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 boop. Yeah, good. And this takes a lot of brain work too, doesn't it? Because like sometimes I feel like I'm, doing the funky chicken. But just think about squeezing. Can you start to feel the heat coming into your butt? Yes. Oh my gosh, me too. So we have this triangular bone just above our tailbone, and it's called the sacrum. All sorts of tissues and muscles and connective tissues attached to the sacrum. Yeah, even from the front of our body. Isn't that neat? Yes, good. 4 more. 3, 2. The lower lumbar gets lots of stuff going on here. Okay, last one. Whoa. Good, and then just give yourself a little bit of a shake there. Nice. Okay, so from there, we're just kind of warming up our body. All I want you to do is go ahead, sit up a little bit taller, and bring your back off the back of the chair. Good. The right hand will stay on the right hip as you lift the left arm up. Good, and just kind of reach over a little bit. So it's a little bit of a lean, not too much. Good, put that hand down, lift up and over to the other side. So just trying to get in a little bit of that. Whew. Back, side body. Good. And then left arm lifts. Good. Now instead of putting the right arm, instead of putting the right arm down, bring it over to the left knee and just turn over that left shoulder. So you'll see my hand is just kind of hanging back here. You can just let it hang back there. The chin doesn't need to look over. Good. And then over to the other side, left hand. The chin, so when I say the chin doesn't need to look over, that means I don't need you looking back like this. That cranks the neck. Who wants to crank the neck? Okay, so this movement right here is really good for shoulder checking. Yeah, so if you're driving and you find yourself like cranking your neck and it's really hard, you can get this movement in the thoracic spine. So that's your kind of mid to upper spine. Good. One more breath here. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a combination. So turn back to the front. I want you to take the right arm up, lean over, and then take the right hand on the outside of the left thigh and do that thoracic rotation. Come back to the center, left arm up, left arm over, left hand on the outer thigh, and thoracic rotation. That's your T-spine, the T-spine, the thoracic. Good, come back to the center, right arm up, lean over, turn and rotate. Come back to the center, left arm up, lean over, rotate, and then back to the center. Good. Just see how that feels on your back, if you can feel a little bit more kind of mobility in that rib area. Okay, so now we're going to go into cat-cow in a seated position. You're more than welcome to stand behind your chair and do this as well. So I'll show you the different options. So your hands can be on your thighs. So as you inhale, you lift your chin, your chest, and your tailbone so that your chest is reaching for the sky. And then as you exhale, round the shoulders, chin into the chest. Okay, so I'll show you it from the side. So inhale, chin, chest, and tailbone lifts. And then as you exhale, you round. Okay, you keep going. I'll show you it from the chair. If you were standing up, I should take this off so that you can see my body. So inhale, pushing into the chair, chin, chest, and tailbone lifts. And then as you exhale, you curve under chin to chest. So you choose any one of these nice cat-cow motions. And that's just flexion and extension of your spine. That's all that is. Yeah, good. You have 2 more. Just because I stop and take a sip of coffee. Well, you can with me if we could feel like we're having coffee together. Oh my God, that's good. Now love me some good coffee. Or maybe not coffee for you. Yeah, okay. Last one. Inhale, chin, chest, and tailbone. And then exhale, curve under. Whew. Good. Okay, so you're still sitting up nice and tall. We've done our cat-cow. Now we're just going to move up the chain, up to the body in these shoulder rolls. So just allow yourself to roll the shoulders. Yes. Beautiful. Good. So one at a time, and you can start to notice how that affects your abdominals. So I can actually feel my muscles in there tightening up. Can you feel them? Yeah? Yes, they are. Those are your stabilizers. Yeah, your abdominal stabilizers. We'll get into those soon too. So just rolling a little bit more. Good. Okay, stop. Now shrug the shoulders up. Squeeze the shoulders back and lower the shoulders down. Shrug the shoulders up. Both at the same time, please. Yep. Squeeze the shoulders hard. Like you have a piece of licorice back there and you're like, oh, squeezing it. And then lower the shoulders down. 2 more. Squeeze up. Squeeze the licorice. Lower down. 1 more time. Squeeze up. Squeeze that licorice. And then lower down. Good. All right. Your neck. You're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder. Then take the left hand, just push up on the side of the head. Other side. Right ear to the right shoulder. Take the right hand, push up. So why am I using my hand? Do it again on the other side. You're using your hand to give your neck muscles a little bit of extra support, okay? There is nothing wrong ever with giving your body, your physical, mental, and emotional body, other hand, push up, a little bit of extra support, especially when you're in the darkness, okay? So from there, you can go ahead, tuck the chin into the chest, but I want you to keep the spine long, and then bring the face back to me, tuck the chin into the chest, and then face back to me. Good. We'll do a few more like this. Chin into the chest and face back to me. So we're trying to make space. When we have space in our physical body, we can change our perspective. Why do we want to change our perspective? Good. Chin to the chest. Take the hands behind the head and just give yourself a little, it's called overpressure. So it's not a pushing of the head down, ouch. You don't want to do that to your cervical spine, which is at the back of the neck. What you want to do is just give yourself a little bit of extra pressure so that you can feel the stretch all the way down the spine. And holy cow, that feels so good. Good. Let the head come up. I like to take my fingers to my forehead, push back up. Other side, a little bit of overpressure. Again, the chin is going straight down. So we don't change our perspective because we're quote unquote wrong about something. We change our perspective for growth. Okay, so changing perspective does not mean we're wrong. It means we're growing. We're looking at things differently. Good. You can take your fingers to your forehead and push up. Okay, so we're going to move a little tiny bit more and move into a sequence. So you can stay on your chair. There will be opportunity to stand up if you like, but you just feel free to do what feels good for your body. Okay, so first things first, I want you to take a big inhale, reach your arms forward and up. And then as you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head. So now you're sitting up nice and tall. Push the head into the hands. Good. Lean to the right. And then come up through center. Lean to the left. Come back through center. Twist to the right. Back through center. Twist to the left. Okay, one more time like that. Back through center. Lean to the right. Keep pushing the head into the hand. Back through center. And to the left. Back through center, twist to the right, back through center, and to the left. Back through center. Let both hands come down. Let's shoulder roll left and right, just allowing the shoulders to open. Good. Okay, so you can stand and sit 4 times here if you like, or you can keep rolling the shoulders. So I'm going to stand and sit 4 times. You feel free to keep rolling the shoulders. If this doesn't feel good to you, oh my God, yes. You remember, it's opportunity to do things. You do not have to. Good, and then one more time. This is good for hip hinge and that walking. Yes. Beautiful. From there, we're going to just do some belly rolls. It doesn't matter which way, but try to feel your belly button pull into your spine. Yes. Nice. Good, and then the other way around. Woo. It's kind of fun, hey? I agree. Kind of fun. All right. From there, you're going to go ahead and do about 15 butt lifts. Lift, lift, lift. Now, I am not leaning back into my chair any longer because I'm really active. So my butt is on the chair, and the backs of my thighs are actually not even really on the chair. How many is that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good job. Sit and stand 4 times or come back to the shoulder rolls. You decide, right? This is not something, or you could do sit and stand twice and then shoulder roll the rest of the time. Good. 2 more. This is not something that you have to do, but so good for your thighs. Yes. Good. All right. Back to those butt clenches. Let's go. There's 15. You count. I don't know. I'm talking too much sometimes. Oh, I can't count and talk at the same time. Good. 5 more. Keep squeezing. How's that butt? Good. Okay, something a little bit different. You're just going to step the left foot out and the right foot out. So your legs are now nice and wide, but I want you to pull your feet back in a little bit towards the chair so you feel like you have a 90-degree angle between the bottom of the leg and the top of the leg, like at the knee. Hands are on the thighs. You're going to drop that right shoulder forward. And this is going to twist in the rib area. So I like to actually, oh God, that feels good. So I like to actually play around with this a little bit. Breathing deeply. And what I mean by that is you can stay in this position. You can push a little bit harder onto the left hand as that right shoulder is pushed. Or you could play around pushing a little bit more into that right inner thigh, like pushing in and away. And that kind of drags to open up that tissue that's on the inner thigh. Good. Let's try the other side. Let's see if one side feels different than the other. Oh, that feels good. So these movements are all beneficial when we're walking. Yes. Good. Stay there. Nice. Inhale and exhale. Remember to play around. So you can play around with the pressure on both your hands into the legs. What you don't ever want to do is put like lots of pressure on the knee, obviously. But on the inner thigh, it's okay. And sometimes, like, I'll give myself a little massage in that inner thigh area if I've got any kind of tightness in there. Yep, good. And then come back to the center. Okay, hands on hips. You got it? Okay, now this is tricky. Lift the right leg, put it down. Lift the left leg, put it down. Lift the right leg, put it down. Lift the left leg, put it down. Now keep doing that, and I want you to notice if you're going bop, 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 bop. And if you are going side to side like that, don't worry about it. Just notice it. As you continue to do the class, you'll notice that your hip flexors are going to get stronger. You're lifting and lowering. What else are we using here? Oh my God, our abdominal stabilizers again for this walking motion. Remembering if there's something that is no longer serving you, my friends, you can walk away from it. Job, relationship, lover, whatever. Bye-bye. You're no longer serving me. I gotta go. It's a true story. That does not make you a bad person. Keep doing it. I know I'm trying to distract you with this talk. Good. 4 more. Keep going. 3, 2, oh my God, and 1. Good. All right, heel toe the feet back in so they're hip width. Good. Okay, you can take that right ankle on top of the left thigh. And then if it feels okay for you, you're going to lean into that. And you might even think about pushing the right forearm into the right kind of shin and knee area. And just see how that feels. Breathing deeply. So we're just doing symmetrical stuff today. So we do the right and the left at the same time. Yeah, and it's so good for us. It's a little bit less taxing on the brain than some of the other ones that we've done, but so good for our body. Good. Put that right foot down and the other leg comes up and you're pushing the left forearm into the left. Kind of, it's kind of almost across like the inside of the knee, and you just give it a little bit of a push, and that opens up through that glute max on the left side of the body. Good. Two more breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Both feet come down. You have that option to lift and lower or do your shoulder rolls. So now that you know this is coming up, every single time you do this class, you can make the choice of whether you want to come up and stand or stay seated and do your shoulder rolls. You could also do shoulder shrugs. Good. All right, we're moving down to just regular marches, but I want you to add the arms, okay? So you're lifting each foot and the opposite arm comes forward. So if you can imagine, it's like you're walking. Yep. And I know we don't walk like this, but this is how I want you to practice it on your mat or right here on the chair so that when you're out and about, you're not kind of like walking or kind of limping, right? And just having the awareness, it doesn't mean you have to like walk perfectly. It's just having the awareness of what you're doing. Good. We've got 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. You can either stand up behind your chair in cat-cow or cat-cow right here on your seat. Inhale, chin, chest, and tailbone lifts. And then as you exhale, curve through. Let's do it again. Inhale. And curve through. Good. Take the right hand down beside your right thigh. Lift the left arm up and over. Good. See if you can pull your body back to the center, reach higher, and then lift up and over again. And then the other side, lift up and over. So you're just kind of leaning over to the left. And now sit up taller, reach the right arm taller, and lift over. Good. Hands come behind the head. All you're going to do is take your right elbow to your left knee as you lift. Good. And switch. Good. Nice. So this, again, is challenging, but oh, so lovely for our body. Good. 3 more. 2 and 1. All right. Neck. Sitting up tall, right ear to the right shoulder. Use the hand, push it up. Left ear to the left shoulder. Use the hand, push it up. Right ear to the right shoulder and an overpressure with the right hand. So now we're holding the side, and you can feel that all in that left side of your neck. I can feel it too. Release, bring up and over to the other side. Overpressure. So again, the overpressure is not a yanking or a yoinking ever. You can feel that nice stretch there. Beautiful. Nice. Both hands come on the thighs. Reach the right arm up, lean to the left. Right hand comes on the outer left thigh. We twist. Come back to the center. You know this. Doesn't it feel familiar? Left hand reaches, lean over, twist. Good. Let's do that one more time. Right arm lifts, reach over, twist. Left arm lifts. Do you like how I'm singing it to you? Lean over. Good. Twist. Excellent. Come back to the center. Lift and lower the shoulders. Lift and lower the shoulders. Can you do one at a time? Butt up, butt up, butt up. Yep. So this is kind of cool because it uses our brain to, well, doesn't it all use our brain, hey? But you can do opposites or alternating for 4 and then together for 4. Yep. Let's try it again. Alternating for 4 and lift and lower for 4. Good. Belly rolls. What? Already? Oh, yeah. So the belly rolls now, okay, we call these Sufi grinds, S-U-F-I, grinds. Yep, that's what we call them in yoga, but like they're belly rolls, then go around. But if you close your eyes, you can feel your pelvis, the little feet of your pelvis bone, so your sits bones is what they're called. You can feel them kind of into your seat that you're sitting on. Yes, so you want to feel that. That grounds you. That's that, buried or planted feeling. That's the root, our root chakra. Yes. All right. From there, you can go ahead, take your hands on your sides, and we're going to go side to side with the ribs this time. Yep. This is really nice for tightening and strengthening the oblique muscles, which is also very important when we walk. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's do our butt thing. Lift and lift and lift and lift. So you're pushing into the feet. Don't lift the feet up. You're squeezing the butt cheek. Squeeze, lower, squeeze, lower. So you can feel your sits bones again. Those are the bones right like at the base of your pelvis. You can feel them drawing in together. Yes? Good. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, let's take the feet wide. Yes, we're going to do this again. So we're only going to do about 12 of them. So you're going to lift the left leg, bring it down, lift the right. Notice if you're shifting, and I actually will sometimes even take my hands on my side ribs or lower belly, because I tend to shift side to side when I'm doing this practice too. And all you want to do is, it doesn't matter if you do shift side to side, okay, to be clear. What matters is that you notice it so that you can use your brain to stabilize more through the core. Good. 3 more. 2, and 1. All right, slide the hands down the sides. Right elbow goes in. The left hand really stretches that thigh away. You'll notice that my head is kind of turned to the side because I like to rest my right ear to my right shoulder. Lots of left and rights today, hey? Time for coffee. It's so early in the morning here. Not sure if it's early for you, but I guess it depends, hey? Good, and then the other shoulder drops down. Yeah, and again, I like to rest my left ear into the left shoulder. Keep going. I'm just gonna take a little bit of a closer look here. Perfect. Okie dokie. Bring your feet in. You ready? Stand and sit 4 times if you choose to. Yes? Now, I'm going to layer in some extra complexity for you. 3, and then 1 more. What would you be doing if you're not doing this? Shoulder rolls, of course. That's fine. And then sit down. Good. And then we're going to take the hands behind the head and go right into those abdominals. Right elbow to the left knee, switch. Now notice if you tend to externally rotate the thigh. So that would be like this. Do you see that? Okay, you don't want to do that. You want the knee to come straight up to the sky and the elbow just twists towards that knee. Good. 4 more. Nice. 3, 2, I love it. And 1. Good. All right, let's go for a march. You don't have to breathe like that. You can if you want. That adds just a little bit of extra heat, but you certainly don't have to. Good. Yes. Okay, so now you can stay seated or you can stand up. So keep marching and lift the left knee up. Sit back down. Stand up. Lift the right knee up. Sit back down. So this, remember, you have options. You can just be doing this. And when I say just, this is hard work. Or you can stand up and alternate. 1, sit down. Good. Stand up, alternate the next one. You have lots of options, my friend. Just here for a couple more breaths. Good. Nice. Okay, and stop. Whew, just some shoulder rolls. Good. All right, we're going to get into those hips again, adding a little bit more complexity. So take the right foot on top of the left. Got it? And you'll take the left elbow or something like that over there. So do you kind of feel what that's doing? Yeah. Now you have a couple of options. You can take that right arm and lean it up and over so it's in a diagonal this way. Do you feel like a pretzel? I know. So leaning, or you can lean and put that right hand on your hip. That's okay too. But the idea is that you're getting a nice opening in the side of your body as well as in that right hip. Good. Okay, now something different. Woo, mind blown. You're going to put the right foot down on the right side of the chair. Hopefully you can do that. And then turn to face the right side of your mat. So now like this butt cheek, my butt cheek on the left is like kind of hanging off a little bit, like a quarter of it is hanging off, not the whole thing. Good. And then you can just see if you can put the left foot on the ground, but the toes down. So again, if you've got like foot stuff going on, arthritis, try it. If it doesn't work, don't do it, of course, but just see, like, does that feel okay? What we're doing here is opening up that front part of the foot. Yeah, it never gets open. So this is a really nice, gentle way to open it. Now, can I get you to sit a little bit taller because you're kind of hunched over? Yes, that's better. So as you sit a little bit taller, you can feel the belly working. And if you're like, man, Diana, this just doesn't work for me, then just flatten the foot down however it feels okay for you and just stay that way. You'll get the benefit of some stretch in your foot somewhere. It just might not be the front. This is a lot. There are some yoga classes that we do this, not like so it's painful or anything, but it can be like, I really got to go and let out all of the stuff because there's so much tension that we hold in that front part of the foot. Good. So just sitting nice and tall and just allowing that to release. And if you want to, you can take a big inhale through your nose. Open the mouth, kind of stick that tongue out. Good. Okay, so now you're going to keep facing that side, the right side or the front of your mat, and just take that left foot out in front of you. So my butt is still off the ground, but I'm just going to tip forward a little bit so that I'm on my thigh. And then I'm going to inch my left foot forward. Do you see how I'm just inching it forward there? And just see how that feels. You might feel something in your QL, your quadratus lumborum, right here. You might feel something in the hamstrings. You might feel just the stabilizing that you have to do because half your butt cheek or a quarter of your butt cheek is off the chair, right? So this is just a stability thing. Yep. Good. Yeah. And this chin on the hand, you won't see that in yoga very often. Feels good though. Okay, and then we're going to come up and canoodle on over to the other side. Yes. So take your time, set your booty up. Ooh, this side feels a little bit different. Oh, it does. Like a little bit less stable maybe. Yeah, good. And then you're going to tuck that right toe under. Remember, do you have to tuck the right toe under? Oh, goodness. No, you do not. But for me, it kind of feels like a really delicious opening. Breathing deeply. Good. Sitting up a little taller. The top of the head is reaching for the sky. Check under your chest, like your chest. Just check and make sure that the ribs are pulling in and the belly's pulling in. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, and flatten that foot. Like if this sucks for you, flatten the foot out. Or it doesn't have to be flat, but however it feels, okay. This whole thing might not feel great. It depends on kind of how you're on the chair. Your butt should be off the chair a little bit so that you kind of have to stabilize yourself, but you don't want to fall, right? Good. Okay, so we're working even more into our stability. So you can go ahead, unflip that foot and slide the right foot towards that short edge of the mat. Yep. And however it goes, I'm kind of off center here. And then you're going to just stabilize yourself through here and see how you feel that. I feel it up my glute and into my low back area. Again, you can feel free to kind of rest your head as you lean forward. But what you'll notice is my back isn't like this. It's still straight. Yeah, because I'm trying to protect. I don't know, protect maybe isn't the word, but like trying to just make sure I elongate my spine. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. See how that feels. You can lift your toes up to make a little bit more length in the back of the leg if you like. Nice. And then you can bring that back in. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of breath work before we wrap this class up. So, of course, if you wanted to do the whole thing again, you could do the whole thing again. You can just close your eyes as you're seated here. Good, just breathing deeply. I like to sometimes take my blocks underneath my feet when I'm sitting here doing this. It sometimes feels like a little bit more restful for me to have my feet up a little bit more. It could be my leg length, I don't know, but it does feel good. Good. And as you close your eyes, I want you to just visualize what color of a flower or a plant you would be if you were to grow into one. Would you be a vibrant purple or pink? Would you be like the ocean blue? And as you breathe deeply, just allow yourself that feeling of expansion, of growth. Allow yourself the grace and even like a little bit of that space to change perspectives. A lot of times we think we have to get stuck, or because it's always been that way, we're not going to change our thinking. And the reality is that the only way we can grow and learn and change is to become aware of different perspectives. Good. You can take one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And I want you to recognize this connection between your heart and your belly, the softness, the vulnerability that comes with being able to change perspective, being able to change path, being able to take risks. And my friend, if you're feeling all sorts of resistance, like, oh man, Diana, I don't want to change. I don't want to take risks. I just want to stay just like this. This is good. Yes. The answer is yes. Just stay like that. And when you are ready, if you're ready to change, to grow, to blossom, to see what else is out there, to tap into the excitement of what might be, then you can start opening up to different perspectives. And just like being buried deep in the earth, you'll actually feel yourself being planted. It's cold and dark. And as you sprout out, you can be that beautiful, vibrant color that you choose for your flower. Or you can stay the beautiful, vibrant color that you already are. The nice part is we get to choose. You can bring your hands to your heart center, and my friend, I want you to know that the love, the light, and the kindness in me recognizes in big, big ways, in all the ways, the love, the light, and the kindness in you. Namaste. Mwah, mwah.